Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the old Zoneone Brew Reviews. My name's John, and tonight we're going to be looking at one that I've not had for several years, probably 30 years. Picked it up Sunday, Louisville, Kentucky. I thought, I got to buy it. I've not had it for years. Little King's, the original cream ale. These are little 7-ounce bottles, 5.5% alcohol. This beer was introduced in 1958, so it's it's one that stood the test of time, and it's got to be done something or it wouldn't be around now. This is made by Hoodoo Pole and Schuling Brewing Company. I was really surprised when I looked up some of the stats on this beer on Beer Advocate. BA gives it a 70. Bros give it an 80, which is good. I thought, wow, I mean, how could, something must have went wrong somewhere, but then you get over to rate beer and you go, wow, that's crazy. They give it a 7 on style and a 1 overall. I don't understand how you could take Beer Advocate and you could take Rate Beer, which are two of the big things besides Untapped. That's what I do, is Untapped. Can give it such a dramatic, just overwhelming, over the top on two different reviews on this cream ale. But like I said, I have not had this since I was a senior in high school during senior skip day. We drank a tremendous amount of these Little Kings 7-ounce bottles. You could really ground and pound these bad boys, as you can say it. But let's pop it open and see what we can get. I figured a 7-ounce bottle takes a little bitty glass, so let's see if we can get her all in that little bitty glass. I picked this up somewhere, I'm sure, at a beer tasting sometime or other. We go to quite a few of them, so. But overall, I mean, it's really a golden color, almost kind of a Pilsner type color. A lot of carbonation, really no head, but it's maybe because I'm not using an etched glass, because a lot of times you get a bigger one out of an etched glass, maybe. But carbonation's still there. This is just a good, enjoyable looking beer. There's no floaties in it, so that means it's filtered real good, which most of these beers are. Let's give it a smell. It definitely smells like a cream ale. You definitely got some adjunct smell to it, but the smell's a little smoother than what you would get off a traditional adjunct lager. The taste of it is phenomenal. I put this in the freezer for about 20 minutes. It's been in the refrigerator since Sunday afternoon. I put it in the freezer for about 15 minutes before I pulled it out to do this, and because you got to have these beers just absolutely ice cold. Really sweet. There's just nothing that you can say bad about this. I'm sure most people will, but to me it's a pleasing beer. It's a refreshing cream ale. And you can say what you want. I would put this at 5.5% up against some craft beers. It would probably outdo them. But you get a little bit of, I don't really smell no big hops in this. And I'm not a great big hop guy anyways. Definitely maybe a little bit of, you definitely get some corn, some malt, maybe just a smidgen of vanilla I can smell. But I mean, the carbonation's still there in this, and it's just a very well balanced beer. Like I said, I've not had one in 30 years, but what I can remember, it's still probably the same old thing that I had then. I really don't think the label has changed any since then. I'm pretty sure it hasn't, and that's what I like. Keep it original. Let's, and that's a good thing. I mean, I really enjoy the cream ales. I don't think this is as heavy a body as, let's say, your Mickey's or your Genesee's, which I've not had a Genesee's for a long time either. But this is to me it's a light bodied. It's almost like a light beer type thing. I know at 5.5% it might be saying a little much, but it's just not a heavy bodied beer. I mean, it's a light beer bodied. I mean, you could really crush these things. I could. But overall, it's an enjoyable beer. It's another one of those beers that, hey, you know, if you can find it, buy it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people out there going, oh, man, he's drinking Little Kings. But, hey, drink what you like. I'm John Sharon. Hey, you're at the old Zone 1. Little Kings. Bam! Take that. Cheers, everybody.